So, oh shit. You know what? Oh wait. It's behind me. It's right here. Give me a second. Give me a second. So, I just want to get my opinion on this Arkansas Little Rock dash cam footage shit. Honestly, I want to say this first. I had to watch it a couple times. Like, I didn't understand how they. I mean, I understand. I mean, okay. Basically, the story is this: they got a report of a stolen car. The officer that pulled up and responded and fired the shots, he ended up pulling up to this business area as far as the video show, and got out the car, went to the side of the vehicle with his gun drawn, had a driver at gunpoint. The driver tried to drive off, which led to the officer firing shots at the driver, and the driver tried to basically then take off. In a sense, he tried to. I don't know if he was hit like right away and died probably, and his foot was just still on the gas, but in the video it seemed like he kept trying to go, and the officer leaned on the car and shot him more times, and then another officer came from the side and hit him, and then got out the car, went to the side of the went to the driver's side and shot more and fired more shots. Me personally, I'm gonna leave the race thing out. I don't care about race thing. I'm leaving the race shit out. Everybody else who watch it, they can leave the comments in the comment section. I'll check them hoes out, probably make a response. But leaving the race thing out. Looking at the situation, my first question is, if you got a report of a stolen car, why did you just pull up into a parking lot? Like, he didn't pull the officer didn't pull anybody over. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no other, he didn't pull anyone over. It wasn't no other officers that were on the scene when he pulled up. So how did he basically just pull up into a parking lot and claim that this person was the driver of a stolen car, or this is the person they were looking at, without running the plates or anything like that? My second question is this: even if the car was stolen, why the fuck was the dude sitting in a stolen car in a parking lot? Like, it doesn't add up. It does not make sense on how you pull up to a parking lot where this car is sitting in a not a driver's spot. He's sitting in a parking spot, and you pull up and basically claim that this person is the person you were looking for the stolen vehicle thing. So those things don't add up. It doesn't add up how you didn't pull anybody over. You just pulled up into this business parking lot, pulled up in front of the white truck where the driver of this so-called stolen vehicle was parked next to. He was parked next to a white truck when he pulled into the parking lot. That's just the put out the surroundings of the area. But basically, I'm still stuck at, like, how did you know that this dude was the person y'all were looking for? How did you even know this was the car you was looking for? You didn't run as far as the dash cam video show, you didn't follow this person into the parking lot. So you can't claim that you followed him and ran his plates and shit, because you didn't follow no one to the parking lot. You just pulled into a parking lot. The dude was backed into the parking spot. So you can't claim that you followed the person into the parking spot, because he didn't pull into the parking spot facing the wall. Basically, he was backed into the parking spot. So that's that. The second thing is, why, if he did still, whether or not he stole the car or not, if it's a stolen car, why the fuck is this dude sitting there in a parking spot? It's stupid on his behalf, and not a lot of people are that fucking stupid. I mean, don't get me wrong. You got a lot of people who are fucking stupid, but I don't think you have that many people that are that stupid to steal a vehicle and still be sitting in that bitch after they done stole it. Thirdly, if you pulled into the parking lot and confronted the dude about stealing the car, and you asked him to roll the windows down, that means, one, the windows wasn't broke. So if he broke into the car, then why would he still be sitting there again? I mean, it all just runs back to that same question: why are you still sitting there? If it's a stolen car, why is the suspect still sitting there? Thirdly, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. The shit didn't make sense to me when I seen the video. Like literally, you pulled into a parking lot, and when you pull into this parking lot, you basically see a car, a black car, that's basically the description of a stolen vehicle. So you just, I'm guessing you seen. I'm not sure how that could work, because from the position that you pulled into the parking lot from, you can't barely see the car from that. At least from the video perspective. When the officer pulled into that parking spot from the vehicle's perspective, I mean from the video perspective, you cannot see that black vehicle sitting on the side of the truck until he turned right, or until he angled himself right and then pulled in front of the truck. And then you know what I'm saying. But then again, you could see it from, I don't know how to put that. But can somebody answer that for me? Like, y'all shot this nigga like 15 or more times. Like, I understand the if he's driving off, trying to drive off. You know what I'm saying? I understand that, but get the fuck out the way. That's what everybody else with a common sense and a fucking brain would do. Get out the way of a vehicle. I mean, you just don't stand there. But then at the same time, it's also understandable that you're in fear of your life somewhat because a person is driving 1,000 pound vehicle or more than 1,000 pound vehicle, and it's a possible chance he's trying to kill you or hit you, and it's a possible chance you could die. So that's understandable. But he wasn't going fast enough, I want to say, and the officer was on the side of the car when it all happened. So he positioned himself in the front of the car after taking shots. So I mean, I'm not understanding how that shit played out, because you pulled into a parking spot. I mean, not pulling into a parking spot. You pulled into the parking lot of a business area. The person that you claim stole the vehicle is parked in a parking spot, and he's backed into the parking spot. So you can't necessarily or technically at all say that you followed this person to where he was, because he's backed into the parking spot. So that means you would have to have followed him, let him get a whole bunch of distance on you, let him get into the parking lot, and then back himself into the spot. Like, you would have to let that had all happen. But a chase wasn't what was stated that had ensued. The only thing that was stated was that a vehicle was stolen and you found the suspect. It was never a chase mentioned. So you didn't chase this person, you didn't see this person before. You just pulled into a parking lot and claimed that this was the person that was your suspect, and you had him at gunpoint. From there, it just all gets even more weirder. You know, I mean, I guess, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I gotta watch the video a couple more times. I done watched it like 5, 6, or 7 times already, and I'm kind of getting tired of watching it. But maybe I need to watch it again, because it doesn't make any fucking sense that you would pull into a parking lot, claim that this is your suspect, and basically confront him, and the person is backed into a parking spot, let alone sitting there. Because let's say the person stole the vehicle, or let's say he broke into the vehicle and in the parking lot. Why the fuck is he still sitting there? What person that steals a car still sits in the car in the parking lot that they stole the car from? That doesn't even make sense. And it's a lot of fucking criminals out there, and don't get me wrong, because a lot of dumbass criminals out there also. But even the dumbass criminals ain't that fucking dumb. I mean, I don't understand. Like, seriously, you have to be very, very, very fucking stupid to steal a car in the parking lot and sit in that car in the parking lot you stole it from. So I don't believe that this dude stole a car in the parking lot, because I mean, it doesn't make sense. That shit doesn't add up at all. Now, you could say he drove into that parking lot and sat there, I guess, but number one, how did you even one number one put it like this? You pulled into this parking lot and seen the suspect. Okay. So if you got a report that a car was stolen, who reported the car stolen? Number one. Number two, if an officer found the car other than himself, why wasn't that officer in the parking lot? Number three, I don't see how. I guess I gotta look at it again. This shit, it just doesn't fucking make sense. And me personally, I'm not a person who's gonna throw race in there because I don't care for race. I mean, I understand there's a lot of racism out there and shit. I don't give a fuck about that, so I'll leave that shit out unless that's actually what has happened. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it doesn't make sense. What's up, Ree? What's going on? But I mean, it just doesn't. That just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I gotta possibly watch it one more time, like one more time, two more times probably, and then look at the information from the report as far as what not only the news reported, but what they say that the police said about the situation, because then I might get a little more light shot shed on the situation. But at the same time, I don't understand how you pull into a as I don't understand as in the officer's position how you pull into a parking lot and you basically pull up to a car that's backed in and claim that that's the car that was stolen and get out, confront them, then fire. I want to say he fired about 6 or 7 shots the first time. When he started to try to keep going, he ended up leaning on the car and shooting the rest of his shots. Which then another officer came from his passenger side and rammed into the side of the vehicle. The vehicle kept going. I think it probably crashed or stopped. I'm not sure how that went, but from then, that officer that crashed into him got out of the vehicle with his gun drawn and shot more shots. So I'm confused on how the whole situation transpired. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I'll come back with another update just to see, just to update if there's any information that I missed that I need to put back into a video or something like that. But it just doesn't make any sense to me. All right,